What is going on, guys? So what you just saw there was the exclusive NVIDIA Battlefield 5 trailer showcasing their new RTX series and highlighting the new reflection system that you can see all across the battlefield. You can see the planes being reflected onto the water. You can see explosions being reflected onto vehicles and destruction being reflected all across the battlefield. So really cool stuff, definitely worth a rewatch if you guys enjoy diving into things of that nature. But the big news came at the end of the Battlefield presentation, where the exact date for the open beta was released, which shouldn't be all too surprising because a lot of people were calling it. But the open beta will start on September 6th, and the early access open beta will start on September 4th. So a lot of people were calling it. They were saying if it's anything like DICE, they'll release it on a Tuesday, and if it's in early September, it should be the first week of the month. So it would make it September 4th, and that's the exact date. So we'll be able to experience the open beta if you have early access, and the only way you can get early access is if you subscribe to either EA Access, Origin Access, or Origin Access Premier, or if you pre-ordered a copy of Battlefield 5. So that'll be available again for anyone on PC, the Xbox One, or the PlayStation 4, and we'll get everyone on every platform to be able to experience Battlefield 5. What's really cool is after this exclusive NVIDIA announcement, we got an article that showed up on the Battlefield website detailing more information on what will be in the open beta, and we have confirmed that we will be playing Rotterdam in the open beta alongside Arctic Forge. So we will be seeing both of these showing up in the open beta, something that we knew was coming out for the Gamescom event, and something I was assuming would follow the same pattern for the open beta. So we kind of knew this was coming out, but we do have the exact information now from DICE. This will be on Conquest, and we'll be able to experience some new features, like some new fortification stuff that's coming out that we haven't seen yet. I imagine we're going to see that in the big Gamescom reveal showing up for us this week, alongside some new towable weaponry and squad reinforcement systems. So could we be getting new squad reinforcements like some other V1 rocket of some sort, or V2 rocket, or I don't know what could be coming out, but we'll get supposedly some new squad reinforcement systems to show up for us. There will be the Grand Operations mode that has that 2 quote-unquote days of operations, where you play 2 different type of game modes on each of those days. The first being airborne, which we saw in the alpha, where you're jumping out of the airplane to parachute down and push your way up and to drop explosives on artillery spots. And then on that second day you play breakthrough, which is just a rebranded name of our Battlefield 1 operations. That will be again on Arctic Forge, so we'll be replaying what we already experienced in the alpha, but with, I'd imagine, the new features and improvements coming to the open beta, like I had just mentioned there earlier, the new fortifications, the towable weaponry, and the squad reinforcement system. So we should experience that in this Grand Operations. And don't forget, we will be able to play the new Rotterdam map, but that will be only for Conquest. But that's still not it. We'll get to experience in the open beta a 5-part Tides of War chapter. So the Tides of War is where your player progression system is going to really take place. They describe it as each chapter of Tides of War is designed to focus on an aspect of the era with unique gameplay experiences to drive players forward. If you complete this Tides of War chapter in the open beta, you'll be able to receive an exclusive in-game dog tag for Battlefield 5 at launch. So already starting in that player progression system going on there, giving us a little bit of some cosmetic items, but we'll have to see what else we can progress in this big Tides of War chapter. I do think this ties into a little bit what we had from EA DICE in a tweet today on the Battlefield Twitter page, giving us some news on a company trailer that will show up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys aren't familiar with the company or need your memory refreshed, that is where your soldier customization and all your character progression is going to be all contained in. You'll go into your company and you'll choose each individual soldier you want to put into the battlefield. So this has everything to do with player progression, and it will be very interesting seeing that if DICE is going to do a trailer on this tomorrow. This should be more information that should come out in Gamescom in regards to this. So I'm really excited to dive into this more, as this is where we'll find out more about the archetypes and the special exotic archetypes. So I think the exotic archetypes have me really curious the most. We only know of 2 right now. We got to see the recon archetype, and then we got to play the machine gunner archetype in the alpha. That was the one with the MG34 that was wreaking havoc on players if you were able to get that bipod set up. Again, the exotic archetypes do really well at one specific thing, so it'll be interesting to see how this evolves, and the exotic archetypes are in that company area, so it'll be interesting to see if it makes it that far. I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen or not, but we do know we're going to find out something more in regards to the company with this new trailer and with the whole Gamescom event. But that is a quick run through for you guys off of the big news that has shown up for us today. The hype meters keep going up and up for me. I cannot wait for the open beta. Really excited to find out more of the information coming out for us in Gamescom later on this week. But again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I'm Livin, and I'll catch you guys again later.